making something new today. Tell us what we're making.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. And today I'm really happy because we're making a very unusual cookie that I was introduced to about 4 years ago at my very good friend's surprise 80th birthday party. I met her in 5th grade and her family had this beautiful party, and on the sweet table was this cookie that looked a little bit different, and so I tasted it and I was in heaven. If nobody's interrupted me, I probably would have cleaned off that whole platter. Anyway, it's a very, very simple cookie to put together. I'm going to show you how, and there's only a few ingredients, and it gets together really quickly, and they're called Moroccan sand cookies. Sand cookies.
Let's see the recipe.
Here's the recipe.
Okay, I'm going to zoom in. All right, I'll write it down in the description as well. All right, what are we going to do first?
Well, first of all, I have to tell you, my friend Paulette's daughter, Ellen, was the one who was so generous to give me this recipe, and I just guard it with my life now because it's so good. Anyway,
okay.
We're going to start with, I'm going to make half of this recipe, but I'm going to, because it makes enough cookies, you could double it, you could triple it, depending on how big your party is and how big your family is and how many friends you have, and whatever you want to do. You can. It's very easy to double and triple and quadruple. This recipe makes about 5 dozen,
okay,
maybe more or less, depending on how big you make them. And I'm going to make half of this recipe and get about 30 cookies out of it. So hold on, I'm going to get my my equipment on. I have to get got some new merch here that I just love. A really, really good friend of mine made them. And stay tuned to the end because depending on what your comment is, I'm going to give you some information about this, and we're going to do a giveaway. But I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be.
That is so cute. That's your new logo? Let me see the whole thing.
It's my new logo. Can you see it?
Lift up the top. There you go. Oh my God, that's so cute. Look at your little face. Oh my God, I want one.
I don't know where that body went to, but anyway, he did some good photoshopping, and I wish he could just Photoshop me. His name is Scant, the man from the Phoenix Company, and you're going to hear more about it at the end of this video.
Phoenix won, in fact.
Phoenix won, because he's #1.
Okay.
That's right. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take 3/4 of a cup of butter and half of 3/4 of a cup of sugar, confectioner sugar. 3/4 of a cup of confectioner sugar is 12 tablespoons. 1/3 of a cup is 5 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon.
Oh, now I'm just so confused. How much are you using? 1/3 of a cup?
I'm using a little bit more than 1/3 of a cup, maybe a teaspoon more, which equals half of 3/4 of a cup.
Okay, so that's powdered sugar.
This is going to make, this amount is all the sugar you need for 30 cookies.
Wow.
So they're not really sweet, but they just melt in your mouth.
Oh, I like that.
So we're going to add a stick of butter and a half a stick, which equals 3/4 of a cup.
A stick and a half.
So 1 stick is a half a cup, and a half a stick is 1/4 of a cup. Come on, you kids, I got good at fractions baking. So they have 3/4 of a cup.
Yeah, you taught me how to do fractions when you learn recipes. Baking in the kitchen, you learn your math. So fun. Fun way to learn math.
Especially if you have kids, it's the best thing to do with kids. And if you don't, just borrow the neighbor's kids. So now we're going to beat this until it's really, really fluffy. Nice and fluffy. You see? And you don't need a mix master. You can just do it with if you have a handheld mixer, that's the easiest. It's easier to clean up and everything. So you're gonna find it real simple. Now you can see it's really fluffy and it's almost white. It looks really creamy and good. You can't overbeat it. So make sure you beat it until it's nice and fluffy. So now we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. And for this I use pure vanilla because I'm not using brown sugar or other flavorings. And this is going to be the main flavoring. So the recipe calls for 1.5 teaspoons. So half of that would be 3/4 of a teaspoon. So I'm going to use a scant teaspoon. I'm not going to overflow it. There we go.
Okay.
And we're going to use 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Here's my 1/4 teaspoon, magically. And here's the salt.
Magically.
There's 1/4 teaspoon. It calls for a little more than 1/4, but I think the salt brings out the flavor. There you go, 1/4. Okay? And I'm going to mix this up and stir it in there before I add the flour. Very simple. That's the 4th ingredient. Now we're going to add the 5th ingredient, which is half of 3 cups of flour is 1.5
cups.
This is a 1.5 cup measure. I'm just going to put it all
all
in at once and mix it. There we go. And it's together. So when it's all incorporated, you're ready to put it on your cookie sheet.
Doesn't take long at all.
Doesn't take long. That's all. Doesn't take long at all.
How
We're
many
done.
ingredients? There's just like 5 ingredients.
5 ingredients and no baking soda or baking powder.
No eggs.
So
Wow.
the nice thing about it is they don't spread out, so you can put them close together on the cookie sheet.
Okay, we'll scoop them in a sec.
We got a scoop now. It's about 1 tablespoon. And we're going to start scooping. And like I said, it makes about 30. And because I don't like to waste anything, I'll show you what I do at the very end of the scooping process.
Let me lick the bowl.
No, I'm not going to let you lick the bowl.
Not today.
And I have a wonderful cup here. I'm going to take a little drink of water.
Oh, neat tumbler. Look at that's a cookie lady tumbler too.
There's some more a little more merch here. Somebody may win it. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe we'll start a website with all her new merch.
Okay. Now because these don't spread, you can put them on really close together, and I might place them a little better after I get them all scooped out.
Do you squish them down at all?
I'm going to.
You squish them,
Yeah,
okay.
it gives them a nicer look.
Oh, okay.
But these just melt in your mouth. They're like a cloud. You're going to get addicted to it. So I know I am, and that's why I don't make more than 1 sheet at a time.
Otherwise you'll eat them all.
Right.
Yeah, we can't have too many friends over these days to help us eat all these delicacies.
Right.
Shucks.
Okay, we're just about finished scooping. We've got 1 or 2 more, and because I don't like to waste any, I'm going to make sure I scrape every last morsel of this delicious sweetness.
Oh, yeah. That means I don't get any.
And I think that makes 30.
Perfect.
Maybe 31. I don't know. Look at that. I'm going to get every bit of it. Okay, now, since it doesn't spread much, I'm going to dip my fingers in a little sugar, like that, and just press it down a little bit. Just tiny bit, not very much. And you want to bake it at 350 for 15 to 20 minutes until it just starts to change colors. You don't want it to get too brown, but I'll show you when I take it out of the oven what it's going to look like. Just very, very lightly.
Could you put a little pattern in it or something too, like if you used a stamp?
If you have a stamp, that's kind of like what you do for shortbread, but I
Yeah.
guess you could do it with these too, or you can crisscross it like you would a peanut butter cookie.
Okay.
You can make them bigger, but then you have to bake it a little longer.
Okay.
So I'm going to give it at 350 for 15 to 20 minutes. And my oven is preheated now, so I'm ready to just pop it in, and we will be back
All right.
in 15 minutes. There we go.
Minutes.
It's been about 15 minutes now, maybe 17. They just look like they're changing color. You can barely tell. but they are a little golden and the bottoms are golden. Ooh, that's warm. The bottoms are just slightly a different color. You don't want them to get too dark. So now we're going to cool them off a little bit and then we're going to taste them.
Okay, can't wait.
It's time to taste these delicious morsels.
Ooh, I want
I'm
one.
going to share one with my daughter. And if you want, you could put powdered sugar on them, or you can stick a chocolate chip on them or an almond. But I just like them this way because you don't have to do any, you don't have to chew it because it just kind of dissolves and melts in your mouth. It's just amazing. You're going to love it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, I'm going to first show you how beautiful the inside is. It's just flaky, unlike shortbread. It's just flaky.
Can I
Okay,
eat it now?
let's taste it. Yeah, you can eat it now. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, yeah, they just melt in your mouth.
They just melt in your mouth.
It just disappeared.
Like a cloud. It's gone.
Oh.
That's why I need more and more and more. I'm going to keep eating them.
High five.
Great.
What are these called?
These are called Moroccan sand cookies.
For the win.
If you like it, give me a thumbs up,
Yeah.
subscribe, whatever you need to do. And who knows, you might win a apron,
Or a
or a
shirt.
shirt, or a mug.
With her new logo on it from Phoenix One. From the Cookie Lady. Mwah.
Thank you so much for supporting me. Love you guys. Enjoy baking. You're all amazing.
Another bite. Bye. Thanks for watching.
Guess who loves you?
We do.
I do too. We do. We
do.
do.
Yeah.
We do.